What's your day look like?
So, is it on?
Hmm?
So like my normal day is I wake up at 5:30, I get up, I go to school. My bus picks me up at 6:30, it takes me at 6:30, I get to, my school starts at 7:45 is when they start letting students in. I get picked up so early because I live in Carlisle, my school's in Dauphin County. So we have to go pick up 2 other kids. One goes to Dauphin County as well with me, and the other is an elementary school kid. I get free breakfast, so I get my breakfast. I go to wherever my first period class is. Normally it's either French or PE, which is PE is terrible to have in the morning. It's the worst. So I go to PE either, and then after that I go to English, then to hack math, and after that to lunch, which I have free lunch as well, and that's about 9:30 in the morning. And after lunch I go and the other girl always is on the bus as well, but she gets on the bus about the same time that I do. So we go and pick up the little elementary school kid, and they buckle him in and stuff. And I normally get home around 4:30. My school ends at 2:50 and I get home at 4:30.
Yeah.
Like, so that's a good hour and a half in a car. Maybe longer, depending on how it's traffic. So normally I work 2 jobs, so depending on the day, I only ever work like 1 or 2 days at Giant, and they work me for 4 hours, so starting at like 6 to 10 I work there. And my other job, I work at Panera Bread, and starting at 5 to 11:30 at night I work there.
Making noises. Go ahead.
So depending on the day, I go to either one of my jobs, and then I come home, normally I don't get home till like 11ish if I work at Giant, because I have to walk home. And Panera Bread, normally my coworkers are willing to drive me, so by the time we get home it's like 12, because I have to wait for them to finish doing their job as well.
12 midnight.
12 midnight, yep. They take me home. I take bread whenever I work at Panera Bread. I take food home with me.
Yeah, that's good food.
And I give dinner to my mom and my stepdad, because they're still up, because, you know, they don't sleep that much. And if I have leftovers, I put it in the fridge for my little brother after school for him to eat. So we normally eat Panera Bread like every day of the week for a good bit. So
Is it just the bread, or do you get sandwiches and stuff?
I can't get sandwiches, but I can get like chicken tortellini and macaroni and soup and stuff, like the leftovers. I can bring that home. They don't really mind it. Sometimes I can get them to make me a few sandwiches, but they normally clean up all the stuff by the time. I did bring home a bunch of bagels before and cream cheese. I'm allowed to do that.
Right.
So I do that, and sorry.
Okay.
Choking. I do that. I go to bed. I get in the shower after work, and I normally go to bed around 1:30 in the morning, and then I wake up at 5:30 or 6:15, depending if I want to put makeup on. 5:30, because if I want to put makeup on, then by 6:30 when my bus picks me up, I'll be ready. But if I'm not doing makeup, I can do 6:15 and just throw on a pair of jeans and a hoodie and walk out and be at the bus stop.
Right.
So that's like how my whole day goes.
What do you want people to know?
Homelessness isn't fun. Being a teenager, and you know how normally teenagers want all their money to go to them and they want to spend it and go party and stuff. I don't get to do that. Like, I have a birthday party Friday for my friend who's turning 18, and I really want to go, but I don't know depending or not, because my new schedule for work hasn't come out. Not knowing is like the worst, because sometimes, like, the hotel, not knowing if it's gonna get paid or not is like stressful, and it's not my job to do that. It's my parents, and they worry about it too. but I like having like my money, so like if we're short, I can pay for it as well.
So you're because you're working 2 jobs, you can contribute to paying the
Yeah.
motel.
I was like, and I'm 17, so I mean, most parents start charging their kids rent at 18 anyways. And I feel like my mother wouldn't do that. I know that if I was living with my father, he would. Like, he planned on kicking me out when I turned 18 anyways, unless I paid $500 a month, which is a lot of money. My mom, she said that if I'm still living with her when I'm 24, she will ask for rent money.
Yeah,
Though I don't plan on living with her until I'm 24. She's like, until the age of 20, like, she says that I can just live there for free until, like, the age of, like, 20, depending on how much I make. If I make a lot of money, she's gonna be like, yeah, you can pay, like, the phone bill, like, the electric or something.
Well, talk about your education.
My guidance counselor has been a really big part of it, and so has you. Like, so have you, Sonia. I was like, hey, so I was like, you did just take me shopping for clothes that I didn't have any winter clothes, so I'm not freezing my butt off anymore.
And I like that you're not freezing your butt off.
So yeah, but what was I saying?
What, like, for education, what do you want to do, and how are you going to achieve it?
Due to the fact that I do work 2 jobs, I do still maintain a B average, which is pretty impossible because I've been working all week. I, like, normally don't, like, my homework, you know, most classes send homework and I do rush to do it and I do get it correct and I do study and I spend most of my attention on my homework. Like, every day during break or something, I'm studying, I'm doing my online class because my French class is online during work. So I do still maintain an AB average. So, like, my school's big impact, they're, like, really helping me go through it. Like, my school and Sonia have both helped me get clothes and find resources for school, and they just, you know, they keep me going.
And what are your college plans?
My college plans. So, I did apply to MIT, and I do have an interview with them in the beginning of November.
Which is awesome.
Which is normally, like, they recommend an interview, but they don't enforce it. But I had the guy, like, if you want an interview, you can get one. But instead, like, I submitted it, and I had the guy call up and was like, I want to interview you. He's like, it's not a requirement. He's just like, I just feel like we would like to meet you. And so I have an interview in the beginning of November for MIT, and it's gonna be at Starbucks because he likes Starbucks. And I find it really interesting.
That's very exciting. And what other colleges?
I also applied to Wentworth, which is also in Massachusetts, and it is there. And I also applied to Vaughan University. I want to go into aeronautical engineering. So I may be going into the Air Force. Depending. I'm still trying to get a hold of a recruiter for the Air Force. I mean, the Marines keep hitting me up, but I'm just like, I don't really want to do anything for them. But, so I did apply to, like, closer schools like Shippensburg, Millersville, Temple. I haven't applied to all Reach schools. I applied to 6 or 7 colleges. I did apply to Dickinson as well because I do live in Carlisle, and Dickinson's is, like, right there, so I could live at home and not pay for dorming, but, you know.
What's your first choice?
My first choice is MIT, of course. Second is Wentworth. Well, like, my second is like, it's either Vaughan or Wentworth, you know? They're about the same. They're up there in the same for me. I also did get accepted to Penn Tech. Penn State has a technology college, like, part of it.
Good. All right. Anything else you want people to know about being a teenager and being homeless? And
homeless sucks. You're always hungry. Basically, just broke it down. Because as a teenager, we're already always hungry, and then we're homeless, and, like, there's not always food. So like, or only all you have is ramen noodles, and eating ramen noodles, you might love them right now and you're just like, I want to eat them every day of my life, which you're gonna end up doing in college anyways. But eating ramen noodles for a good month legitly makes you just dead inside. Like, I'm so tired of all that sodium. I'm just like, kill me. I was like, give me something. And then I started working at Panera Bread and I was like, sandwiches.
Tell me about being a teenager living in a motel with your family.
Well, it honestly really sucks because it's such a small room. I sleep with my little 8-year-old brother. He does stuff to annoy you like most younger siblings do. And I sleep right across from my stepdad and my mom. And my stepdad smokes, so like all my clothes smell like cigarettes, and I really hate that because it's just unappealing, especially to guys. So and not to mention it smells terrible, and I try to cover up with perfume as much as I can, but you know, that doesn't really work out that well. But it's really close quarters, and we don't like small bathroom space, and you always, like, if you have to go to the bathroom and somebody's in there and like they just take forever, it's like really annoying. And sometimes you just want to be alone, your parents just are annoying you because you're in the same room and you're just like, oh my god, just leave me alone. Because I get like that whenever I come home from work, because I do work in customer service.
And how long have you been staying at the...
Since July, and it is October now, the end of October.
And what do you think is going to happen in the future?
Well, we are hopefully going to move out of the motel soon and get an apartment. I would love an apartment. Maybe an apartment with like a bathroom. I'll go sleep in a bathtub just for like a few minutes a piece.
You wouldn't be the first one that told me that.
I honestly slept in the bathtub last night because I was so mad at my little brother. I came in from work and my little brother was still awake at like 12:30 at night because like he fights off sleep on purpose, and he just laid out all over the bed while he's still awake as soon as I walked in, and I'm just like, move, and he didn't want to move, and then I went to move him and he like pulled back and tried to stay there, and I'm just like, you want to be like that, you can sleep on the floor. And then his stepdad was like, his dad was like, no, he's not sleeping on the floor, you can sleep on the floor. And I'm just like, I just worked 8 hours.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
So I went and slept in the bathtub, and I was just like, he ended up on the floor anyways. We waited for his dad to go to sleep, and I moved him on the floor. I was just like, get off. But I slept in the thing for about 2 hours in the bathtub. Bathtubs are like warm and soft. They're fantastic. You ever feel really lonely, go sleep in the bathtub. They're like warm, like little rooms.
Like I said.
Just make sure the door's locked, because it would really be terrible if somebody came in there and tried to take a shower while you're in the bathtub sleeping.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
I had that happen to my friend before. He just wanted to sleep in his bathtub.
Well, like I said, you're not the first one to tell me the bathtub, and a lot of people feel it gives them security too. So
it's like sounds like a warm. Yeah, it's just so nice. I love the shower.
Yeah.
I'm one of those teenagers that take like 2-hour showers.
All right. Any last things you want to say?
Basically, if you know someone that's homeless, you know they don't make a lot of money, you should just you should offer to let them stay with you for a few days, weeks or so, because that would be fantastic. Because my mother, all the money she gets goes to keeping us stay in the hotel. So we have no money to save to get a place. So we're going to be in the hotel for a while because she can't save any money up. But if we had someone to stay with for a while, normally like when my mom had a house, we let people stay with us, you know, her friends, because it happens a lot in Carlisle. People get evicted. It happens a lot. If we had a friend that would let us stay with them and like save up our money to get a place, it would be fantastic, or something.
Yep. Do you think homelessness is misunderstood?
Yeah. I feel like people who, like, everyone thinks if we're homeless, we're like drug addicts, and all of our money just goes to buy drugs. But it's not.
And you're 17. I mean, I think most people think that homeless is not 17.
Yeah. No, like, I really, like, I understand the value of the dollar. unlike most teenagers, they just want to go out and spend it. No, I don't like spending money. I absolutely hate it. Like, I mull over things. Like, if I want to buy something, I'm just like, no, I talk myself out of it. And then I go back and I'm just like, I really want to buy it. And then I talk myself out of it again. I really don't like to spend money.
And I think you do a need-want evaluation.
Yeah.
What do you need? What do you want?
Yep.
So.
I'm 17. I'm a girl. I'm experiencing homelessness right now. I know what it's like. And I will be your voice.